Testing. 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 All right. Fly, Eagles, fly. Make the Lakers great again. All right, how's the stream stats? Good? Certainly hope so. All right. Let's start the show. Make sure it's set up properly. Wait a minute. Now it's saying my stream is bad. Well, it did at first, but now it's good. Now, the live audience has demonstrated to me that it was good despite my... I don't know why it's saying bad. I would think it would be good. But luckily the live audience could tell me when they show up. Yo, sup, Fox? How's the stream looking? Is it bad? Am I, like, chiming in and out? Am I lagging? Is my audio lagging? Am I having any difficulties here? Because my stream status, as I can see on my screen, saying that I am. But sometimes that doesn't always tell me the truth, so sometimes... Oh, good. Looks perfect. Good. I thank you to the live audience, even though it's just you right now, Fox. And by the way, Fox, here's a wrench. Yo, what's up, Prinkle? Nah, that was the Heat, motherfucker. Nah, that was the 2011 Miami Heat, motherfucker, that ruined the NBA. Just telling you that right now. I'll get to basketball soon enough, but you know the usual drill. If you've been on here for a while, you know that I usually wait for like 5 people to show up. Right now, I have 2, 3, and 4. All right, so we gave Fox a wrench, so therefore I put the power into other people's. You mean wrench, not ranch. But I know what you meant. Yo, what's up, Grizz? What's up, Grizz? Yeah, Fox has a wrench. Exactly, the Heat started it. All right, we got 3 people in here. Well, now it's saying 4. All right, we got Fox in here. We got... we all know Bacon loves to joke. Well, he gets it. He gets it from... he gets it from Ranting Philly Fan, who should be in here any second now. And thanks to Philly 500, I now own... Oh, there he is. There he is. Yo, what's up, Ranting Philly Fan? And by the way, here's a wrench. Here's a wrench. You and Fox now have wrench. You and Fox now have wrenches. So, give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah, as soon as we get enough people in here. As soon as we get enough people in here, we can officially start the show. Sup, X Factor? How's you doing? All right, I think we might have enough people in here now. You're welcome, Ranting Philly Fan. And guess what? If anyone's wondering, you probably do know already. But what moderators do is they give some members of the live audience, if I give them a moderator, that means then they have the power to like delete comments or like kick people out, put them in timeout, whatever you want to do. But sometimes I got to tell you, but understand that I'm still the head honch crow in here. So I still tell you who you can and can't block. But some people I'll actually give you the green light block. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought I gave Randy Philly Fan a moderator, but it's not. It doesn't say he has a wrench next to his name for some reason. I don't know what the deal with that is. Just want to make sure Randy has a moderator, but whatever moderator wants to. But if Randy can't get, if for some reason my chat won't allow Randy Philly Fan to have a moderator. If for some reason my thing will not allow Randy Philly Fan to have a moderator, then that's all right. Whatever he wants to do, Fox will probably do. Yeah, I keep enabling the moderator to Randy Philly Fan. And Randy Philly Fan, I'm going to teach you how to use a moderator. Let me show you. What you got to do is, when you look at your live chats, I mean, when you're looking at your phone screen and you see the comment, wait a minute. Holy shit, I can, Randy Philly Fan was mentioning that he was able to, okay, maybe you can't do it on yours, I do not know. Maybe your phone has the same problems I do, but I can't do it. Philly 500 was able to do it because he had a camera. Maybe he couldn't. But I keep trying to add you as a moderator, and it's not letting me. I don't know why. It's letting Fox be a moderator. That's all. I mean, I'm just going to mention that right there. But anyway. Okay, sure thing, I'll try later. But anyway, we have enough people in there. We have enough people here. We can officially get it started. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Sports Talk by Big D, well, let me tell you. I start off with football first, and then I get to basketball, and then I get to hockey. Maybe I get to baseball this time, but there's nothing really going on about baseball. And with UFC, I'll basically tell you the UFC 225 results, and then in the wrestling, and then I'll save wrestling for last. But anyway, without any further ado, let me do my best Dashie impression. For those of you who watch Dashie XP, Dashie Games, whoever. Anyway, without further ado, let's do this shit! Alright, what do we got? Anyway, I've got a lot of catching up to do as far as Eagles news, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, let's start out with ranking with the defensive ends rankings just for the hell of it. I mean, it's probably pointless now because the names are probably going to be obvious, but let's just name them anyway. According to Penn Live, the 9 defensive ends before minicamp countdown. Number 9 is Joe Ostman. His roster status is long shot. He was undrafted out of Central Michigan, and he had 15 sacks and 19.5 tackles for a loss as a senior. In his career, he played 48 games over parts of 5 seasons with the Chippewas, where he had 26 sacks and 45.5 tackles. So his senior year was basically his best year. Hell, he he kind of looks promising, but I don't see him making the roster anytime soon. Yo, what's up? What's up, Erica? I would love to get Madden, but I'm broke as dog shit. I'm broke as dog shit, dude. I mean, I'm still struggling to find work. If I was made of money, I'd have Madden in a heartbeat, and I'd be doing a gaming channel, but I do not. Yeah, exactly, ranting dog shit. Oh, what Rand's talking about is one of Philly 500's intros, where Philly 500, one of Philly 500's old intros from last year was when he's like, he's about to announce a draft pick where he's like, it starts out with 10th pick in the NFL draft, boom! And then his daughter shows up. One of them has a Kylo Ren lightsaber, and the other one has a yellow bat. And it was the yellow bat that hit him. And they were like, make us lunch. We're hungry. That shit was classic. If only it did have if only I had a bat. All I have is sledgehammers and machetes. That's all I got. I can't use those because I'll seriously injure myself if I use those. But the next one is Danny Zakuku, or however the fuck you pronounce that. With these, damn, what is it with newer players and these weird ass last names? Are we starting to pull guys from other countries? Probably. All right, you want to talk about last names that are really hard to pronounce? Just look at UFC. I mean, I'll get to UFC later. Yeah, he ain't making the roster anytime soon. And someone who's been on the practice squad, who's been on the preseason teams for years, Aziz, I shit you not. He was on the practice squad. Next one is Steven Means. Yeah, I mean, Steven Means managed to last on the roster for a couple of years. I always liked Steven Means, but at this time, considering with how stacked the damn defensive line is now more than it has, Steven Means may finally get the boot. Steven Means has stuck around longer than people initially thought he would, but I think he's gone this time. He was pretty damn good on special teams, and he actually looked good. He actually looked good in Week 17 versus the Cowboys when he got playing time. But I think Steven Means is as good as gone. Don't worry, reigning Philly fan. I'll get to that. And speaking of 𝔡'𝔶𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦, he's next on the list. His roster status is backup long-term project. And I feel like with some of the defensive end injuries that I've been hearing about, even though they're minor, I don't know why, but I kind of feel like 𝔡'𝔶𝔞𝔯𝔦 will get playing time in the regular season. Of course, it'll be very limited, and the bulk of that will probably be against the Redskins Week 17, depending on how the season pans out. I mean, for all we know, we could be in a situation where we would have to win the last game. Nate Gary is a linebacker. Oh, congratulations, Fox. I'll get to that later. Oh, I'll get to the entirety of the roster, but I think 𝔡'𝔶𝔞𝔯𝔦 and the obvious top four are. I don't know if y'all will agree with this, but the top five, 𝔶𝔞 is number 5, but the top 4, these are defensive ends, not defensive tackles, so keep that in mind. the next top four are Chris Long, Michael Bennett, Derek Barnett, and the obvious number one is Brandon Graham. I don't know if any of you agree that Derek Barnett being higher than Michael Bennett. I don't know if any of you agree with that. Of course, Michael Bennett has yet to prove himself here in Philly, even though he was a beast in Seattle for all those years. And who knows, come June 28th or 25th or whenever his hearing is, assuming that he doesn't get the fucking can, that he doesn't get thrown into a cage. I would really be pissed off if that happened. But yeah, I don't know if any of you agree with that, but I figured it sounds about accurate. The Finns, well, the Finns definitely have a talented quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, but the thing is, Adam Gase basically Chip Kelly'd that team. Adam Gase completely Chip Kelly'd that team by getting rid of all the key contributors. I mean, fuck, they basically handed us Jay Ajayi. How stupid can you get? And now Jay Ajayi's losing weight and now looks in better shape than he has been his whole career, and he looks like he's going to do some damage as the lead back. Even though he's probably on the last, I'm pretty sure he's on the last year of his contract. And not to mention, they sent Jarvis Landry to the fucking Browns. Holy shit. And the way I see it, I picked Jacksonville as one of our losses, Pringle. So yeah, based on this, I don't know about run stopping per se, but unless a lot of them are versatile, but this defensive line is going to be, it's mainly contributing to the pass rush. They're mainly pass rushers, of course. The thing is, as we all know, the Eagles' defense, I failed to mention it in the past, but the truth is, whether we all want to admit it or not, that Eagles' defense lives and dies by that defensive line. If that Eagles' defense if they do not show up, it's because the line didn't do its job. It's because the line didn't get to the quarterback. And their biggest weakness is a quick passer. And as far as the roundup, I'm hearing some good things about. They're now saying good things about Greg Ward. Or at least that's what I heard. Oh yeah, Greg Ward got a neck injury. Well, not just the Super Bowl bacon, but also like the game against the Giants, our secondary also didn't do shit then either. Although Darby did get an interception, but of course, that's Eli Manning. He always throws interceptions. Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing things about Greg Ward, but I don't see Greg Ward making the roster anytime soon. I mean, Joey Shakes made a video regarding that. And I really love Doug Peterson's attitude toward the whole White House bullshit. When the people kept asking him questions, the Jamoke interviewers kept asking him questions about the White House, and Doug Peterson's like, I'm not discussing that. I'm not discussing that. You know what? That was then. It's behind us. We're focused on the season. I'm focused on the players and what they're doing in training camp. They've been looking very good right now. That's basically what he said. I agree with Eric here. The Jags and Saints are two of my predicted losses. I predicted 4 losses in my pre-draft, but I've yet to make my post-draft. It might be different. And Ranting Philly fan makes a very good point here. He said, well, at least the defensive line should not get tired with guys running in and out. He makes a very good point there. And in other news, a former Cowboys executive ranks Philadelphia as the most talented roster in the NFL. And the NFL made a, hold on, let me see something. Speaking of which, I'll read you the article first, and then I'll show you the NFL rankings of most talented roster. I'm going to show you. Yeah, the Cowboy. Yeah, it was the official. Yeah, it was the official one. I mean, they're just mentioning that Gil Brandt was a former Dallas executive. Yeah, he had the official. I don't know if you agree with the entire list, but let me tell you the list. It's the same thing. His top 10 NFL teams in terms of talent. At number 10, he had the Giants. At number 9, he had the Steelers. At number 8, he had the Falcons. At number 6, he had the Saints. No, back up. 10 Giants, 9 Steelers, 8 Falcons, 7 Saints, 6 Chargers. I think the Chargers are ranked a little too high, but that's just me. Titans 5, number 4 the Vikings, number 3 the Rams, number 2 Jacksonville, and number 1 Philly. I definitely agree with that list. Yeah, I don't know if any of you agree with that entire list, but I'm pretty sure you'll agree with number 1. Yeah, I think we could, Eric, but I think it'll be a lower scoring game. I think it'll be like if we actually do win, it would be like a score of like, oh, I don't know, 26-24 or something, or like 27-24. I think both scores will be in the 20s. I did predict that as a loss, though. Of course, during the games where Wentz when Wentz played good defenses, he never scored more than 30 points, except against the Broncos in the week leading up. But when he didn't, the defense came through. Especially against the Panthers, where that defensive line forced Newton to throw some of the most absurd passes you've seen in your life, and they resulted in interceptions. And there was one interception that was snatched out of somebody's hands. I believe Robinson did that. Yeah, they're saying that Carson Wentz is way ahead of schedule, which means I really think he's going to be ready come week 1. They're saying that Camus Grugier-Hill, KGH, has been a stud on special teams, and that he might get some playing time on defense. And maybe they're grooming Grugier-Hill. I think they're grooming Corey Nelson for that linebacker spot with Michael Kendricks released. And Grugier-Hill's been looking good in OTAs, and he's making his presence felt, and he's making the case that maybe he should be the replacement on defense. And it's saying that he has to prove that he can handle blockers when training camp starts. And that he used his athleticism to fly around the field and make plays. Nate Gary is also making his case too. Nate Gary is the dark horse, like Bacon said, I believe. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Bacon. Shout out to Bacon. He said that Nate Gary. He said that Nate Gary is the dark horse. What's up, Chris? How is you doing? But yeah, they're saying they're right there. I mean, Corey Nelson is usually the first name that came up when you were thinking of linebackers that are currently on the team that could replace Michael Kendricks. Corey Nelson's name first came to my mind, but I totally forgot about Grugier-Hill and Nate Gary. But yeah, they got to make their cases. Sorry. I'm sorry. Very sorry, guys. I've returned. I'm back. Are you guys watching? I'm back. I don't know, some pop-up ad just so happened to show up out of nowhere. Let me know if that keeps happening. Yeah, it's back on right now. And I see the diagnostics, I see the live. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I don't know if any of you were I don't know what I was saying but when that happened, but all I know is, yeah, they're saying that, I don't know about any of you, but Carson Wentz, in my opinion, is going to start week 1. That's just my opinion, just based on what I've seen. Let's see if I can subscribe to. Let's see if I can add Ranting Philly Fan as a moderator now. I know it's set offline. It said offline, and the ad popped up, and when I got the ad out of my face, it reconnected. So yeah, I don't know. I've been having problems with pop-up ads on my goddamn YouTube page. I think ever since I downloaded that editing app that Philly 500 uses. But yeah. Oh, gotta make sure my frame isn't sitting on that my power button isn't sitting on it. Just gotta get that out of the way. But anyway, is the video quality good? No, Grammarly is not the app. Yeah, it's perfect, right? You can hear me loud and clear. I'm crystal clear. You can see what I'm doing. If so, good. Thank you. Thank you to the live audience. Because it seems to me like the live audience can be counted on a lot better than what I'm seeing right here. But sometimes I have to look at what I'm seeing here. And if it's not telling me the truth, sometimes I ask my live audience. I would at least hope they'd tell me the truth. The thing is, I want my quality to be good. Oh, it freezes every now and then? That's a problem. That is a problem. Because that's not fair. Bacon, I don't handle those kind of troll jobs very well. Well, I'm just kidding, I actually do. But Bacon, you mean very well. I know you do. I know you're good. You ain't gotta worry about a damn thing. Yeah, it's not allowing me to add Ranting Philly Fan as a moderator, which I think is bullshit, but whatever. Maybe I'm just not allowed to have more than one moderator. I don't fucking know. Hold on, let me manage moderators. Well, my thing is saying he's a moderator, but I don't see him as a wrench. But, however, it's saying that he is. But anyway, as I was saying, like I said, I give. Maybe Ranting should refresh. I don't know, but that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, you don't see a wrench, but yet my status says that you are. But that's okay. Whatever you wanted to do with a wrench, Fox can do. But anyway. Oh, you have 86, Fox? Glad to hear that. But anyway, speaking of which, I heard I want to show you some funny stuff that I saw earlier. Well, you don't really need to see it. You don't really need to see it because the picture's not that desirable. No offense, but okay, let me turn it up. Turn it up! You know how the Grandmaster 𝔡'𝔑𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦 song goes. But by the way, this right here is a hypothetical enactment, is a pre-enactment. You know how you have reenactments where you just redo something? Well, a pre-enactment is you portray something that could happen in the future. I'm just pointing that out. But anyway, listen up. Listen close. Listen. Anyway, I want you to listen to this. This is someone basically, okay, what you're about to see here is a pre-enactment of Grandma Millie watching the Vikings against the Eagles in Philly and hoping that the Vikings get vengeance on the Eagles, but yet the Eagles take a multiple touchdown lead, and then her heart starts to give out on her, and she just completely falls to the floor, unresponsive. Anyway, listen.
Now, I hope we can get revenge on the Eagles this year. We sucked and we lost 38-7 in this NFC what?
I hope the video quality is good. I hope you can hear that coherently. I'm sorry if you can't.
NFC what? What's that? Granddaughter, what's that? NFC champion game? Okay. I want to Vikings to win the Super Bowl so bad at home. But those damn Eagle fans throwing beer bottles at us. And the team made us sad winning 38-7. The Eagles beat the hell out of us. Which, it's going to be cool to get revenge on the Eagles in Philadelphia. Here we go, granddaughter. Here we go. Let's sit up in a wheelchair and sit. Oh, shit, I can't do it. Come on, Grandma, get up. I can't do it, granddaughter. I can't get off the wheelchair. Let's see. I don't need a wheelchair. I want to see if I can get revenge on those Buck-ass Eagles, huh? All right, come on, Minnesota! Come on! Carson throws the ball to Jason Jeffrey, touchdown Eagles! Eagles win 6-0 with the extra point to come. It's time to start, granddaughter. The Vikings are losing. The Vikings are losing. I can't go through this again.
Oh, hell no, we can't.
We gotta win this game, granddaughter. I know, grandmother. I know, grandmother Billy. Grandmother Billy. We'll get revenge on these losers, you know? It's all beer. It just sucks. Come on. Oh, no! Carson Wentz is doing another touchdown pass. Now we're losing 21-0. The heart takes the game, granddaughter. Come on, Grandma Millie, please. Please, no, you can't let it get here. I can't take this no more. I'll get chest pain. I get massive chest pains right now. Massive chest pains. Grandma, Grandma Millie, you all right? What's going on, Grandma Millie? Are you okay? Help! 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 Get the paramedic! Get the paramedic! My grandmother's dying here! My grandmother's having a heart attack! Come on! Come on! I can't take this in there. No, I can't take this needle. It's anymore. Granddaughter, I can't take this crap anymore. Losing to the Eagles. I've never seen the Vikings win a Super Bowl. This is it. No! 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 Come on, Grandma Millie. Come on! Come on! Come on! Grandma Millie. Come on, come on! Come on! Come on! Reach back to her. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Get me up! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Yeah, his quality's kind of fading in and out.
Shit! No!
Yeah, basically what you saw was reigning Philly fan pre-enacting Millie having a heart attack. Having a heart attack when the Eagles took a 3-touchdown lead. Oh, and here's another one. And make one thing perfectly clear, Ranning, if you're still here, Ranning, just to make something perfectly clear, just because I'm wearing a purple shirt doesn't mean I'm a Viking sympathizer, doesn't mean I like them. I still say fuck Minnesota, and they can lick where I shit. Those purple freaks, those purple faggots, the terms you popularized. But here's another one. This one's even better. And by the way, that I am Bacon. That I am. Yeah, Ravens purple or just wear color. I'll never wear that ugly ass insignia. Just to make that perfectly clear. Hold on, let me. Alright, here's another one. You're gonna think this, you probably saw this already too. Alright, here it comes.
Hey, Viking fans, you purple freaks. YMCA, the Eagles always whoop your asses. YMCA. Hey, really? Don't fuck yourself. You're not Grandpa Bill, motherfucker. YMCA, the Eagles will always kick your asses. YMCA. The Eagles will repeat in 2018, and then they win the championship in 2019. Hey, Millie, hopefully by then you'll be dead, motherfucker. YMCA, the Eagles are the champ. YMCA. Hey, purple fans, you're still fucking pussies. YMCA. The Eagles will always rule the world. YMCA. Hey, Vikings, just what you're playing. Don't you fucking care about that. YMCA. Eagles will always win the game. YMCA.
And the crotch chop at the end. Jesus Christ. he had one video where he's got goddamn shaving cream all over his face. I don't know what the hell that was about, but man, just for the hell, he pretty much had it just for the hell of it. Yeah, because you know how Minnesota was on the goddamn Rocky steps, looking like they just got rejected, doing that stupid chant, looking like they just got rejected from a Village People cover band. And the thing is, there are multiple guarantees. There are multiple guarantees here. I'm just gonna mention this right now. Death, taxes, Big D looking handsome, and the Purple Freaks taking L's. Those are four guarantees in life. Death, taxes, Big D looking handsome, and the Minnesota Vikings always take L's because they a bunch of bitches, and those motherfuckers was carrying on and doing all that shit, but of course it came back to bite him in the ass, and we made an example out of Minnesota. The reason why New England didn't try that shit too. New England, I think, would have tried that shit, but they didn't want to get their asses kicked. We made an example out of Minnesota. It's like, you're gonna come here. If you're gonna come here and disrespect landmarks and making the claims that you do, I mean, yeah, there was a Patriot fan that spiked a cheesesteak from Geno's, although joke's on him because Geno's still got their money. Fox is actually 13. Yep, reigning Philly fans started the hashtag Purple Freaks, hashtag Purple Faggots, and hashtag Fuck Millie. He started he started those three movements. I mean, I started some movements of my own. I started hashtag Chokey Birds for the Falcons, hashtag What's 25 backward. I mean, the Chokey Birds, as we all know, is a play on their name, Dirty Birds. I call them Chokey Birds because they choke in the Super Bowl. 25-point lead. 25-point lead is 25 is their failure. 25 backward is where we succeeded, where they failed. That's what 25 backward is. 25 backward, Super Bowl 52. There you go. 25 is where they failed. 25 backward is where we succeeded where they failed. Yep, Bacon Grizzler started the hashtag Falcons chant. Falcons chant. I mean movement. My bad. My bad. As Dennis from Observer Report went, my bad, my blundered. But yeah. Yeah, I figured I might as well bring that up. That's right. Yeah, Pringle knows the deal. We succeeded where they failed. That is why I started the What's 25 backward. That's why I started the What's 25 backwards. And also, in other news, if anyone knows who, I don't even know who Kenny Chesney is, but Kenny Chesney is a singer who dedicated Boys of Fall to Super Bowl champs Eagles, and the Lombardi Trophy was at his concert. The Eagles showed off the Lombardi Trophy at Kenny Chesney's concert. So that was nice. That was nice. And one thing Doug Peterson also mentioned is people saying that I love when the media asked Doug Peterson, Oh, your sister and your brother-in-law went to that concert last night? Ah, nice. I don't listen to a lot of country music, so I don't listen to a lot of country music, so I wouldn't necessarily know. Forgive me for that. I'm sorry. Exactly. Patriots played against bird teams. Only one of them succeeded. And there you go. But yeah, they were trying to bring up Michael Bennett holding out on training camp, and Doug Peterson just basically replied to him, Darren Sproles is holding out on, Darren Sproles ain't been here. What's your point? I just love how he was sarcastically responded to them. I just thought that was classic. Doug Peterson was just great. Good point. Yeah, Bacon definitely makes a point. All three of them should have won. But if the dumb Seattle offense coordinator would just run Marshawn Lynch, I mean, after all, didn't they have 4 tries to get it to the end zone? I'm pretty sure they did. Okay, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But then Atlanta. That's what they did. Oh, I'll get to LeBron soon enough, Bacon. Yeah, if we're out there in Super Bowl 51, like they were telling Vader not to frighten them with their sorcery, and that his devotion to that ancient religion hasn't helped them conjure up any data, or if they moved out of light speed too close to the system. That's basically what they were like. They're like, what would happen if they told Vader not to frighten them with his sorcery, or if the fact came out of light speed too close to the system. Yeah, choke. Biatch. Oh, Eric the Falcons are red because they're about to die from all that choking. That's a good one. Yeah, but now they're saying that I think I mentioned this already, that the only player that planned to show up at the White House was Nick Foles. I don't even want to bring up the fucking right-wing bullshit because I'm trying to keep it sports related, not politics. So there you go. Now they're saying in other Eagles news, Brandon Graham said that he is okay with playing out contract if that's what it has to come down to. They're saying, all right, let me turn it down. They're saying that in the month, according to Clutch Points, this is the article that I'm reading, Brandon Graham is about to enter the final year of his 4-year, $26 million contract. That there's been talks about him getting a long-term deal for a while now, but according to Philly.com, Graham mentioned you always want to be secure, but I'm okay with whatever because at the end of the day, next week we get that Super Bowl ring. If we didn't have the team that we have, then I would say let's get secure. But we got a great team to do it again. We'll get the contract done however it go. I'm 30 years old and I understand the business too, but I gotta keep showing him that I'm just gonna keep taking it up and go out on my terms. So yeah, Brandon Graham, he's gonna do whatever He's going to come out here. He's going to give it his all, and he's okay if he doesn't get his new contract immediately. But re-signing Brandon Graham would definitely be important after this season. Hell, for all we know, if Alshon Jeffrey's anyone to go by, we re-signed Alshon Jeffrey midway through the season, like during this. I believe 3/4 of the way through the season. So we may re-sign him mid-season for all we know. I believe that was reported on the NFL's official site. Hold on. Yeah, the NFL official article would probably give you a better insight of it. But Brandon Graham definitely showed up big time, and I knew he would. Some people had their doubts, but I believe he would from day one. I always knew he would. And he did. Well, to be fair, Fox, you kind of have a multi-year head start on him, but that's all right. That's all right, Fox. You're moving up. You're still moving up regardless. But anyway. Alright. That's about it as far as the Eagles, but I'm going to move on to... But anyway, I'm going to move on to basketball. As we all know, yeah, once again, here we go with this fucking bullshit again. The Warriors are goddamn champions again. Yeah, so this is the second time LeBron James got swept in his career. So you could basically think twice. Don't ever fucking compare this guy to Kobe, let alone Michael Jordan, ever again. Just gonna put that out there. Do not compare this guy to Michael Jordan or even Kobe ever again. As a matter of fact, I might actually move him down. On the list. I might actually move him down on my all-time list. I initially had him number 8 all-time. Number 8, LeBron. Number 7, Kobe. Number 6, Russell. Number 5, Magic. Number 4, Bird. Number 3, Chamberlain. Number 2, Kareem. Number 1, Jordan. That was my initial list. But now I'm almost contemplating moving LeBron down on the list. Moving LeBron down on the list below Julius Erving, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and a few other guys. I'm thinking about it. Exactly! If people are going to say he had no help, if he were the greatest ever, he wouldn't need beast players. Exactly. And keep in mind that he won 2 of those with a goddamn super team. He won 2 of those with a goddamn super team with goddamn Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and also Ray Allen and Chris Anderson, a.k.a. Birdman. Oh yeah, Durant won game, and also Durant won game 3 essentially by himself. The thing is, the Warriors did not look that goddamn OP. The Warriors are propped up to be this overpowered team when in reality, they were making a shit ton of mistakes. And not to mention in game 3, Steph Curry didn't even show up. How many points did he have in that game? Like, let me look. I mean, shit, how many points did he have in that game? Oh, no, wait, he had 11. By the way, he really didn't do much. He was, like, missing both goddamn threes. He was missing almost every 3 until, like, the very end. Yeah, Draymond had about, like, 6 or 7, but Draymond mostly a defensive player. But, yeah. And by the way, for those of you who want to bring up those fucking stats and his stupid ass triple-double that he had and all that bullshit, keep in mind he was very passive in a lot of those games ever since game 1 when he didn't make the game-winning shot, and then the J.R. Smith debacle immediately after that. Ever since then, he's become very passive. He's been very passive. He kept spamming passes, and he just completely quit at the end of a game. He couldn't be counted on in the fourth quarter. Where Michael Jordan and Kobe would have been getting to the damn net, and he would only pass if he couldn't get to the basket himself, opening up the shot for the teammate. Although the narrative is he's opening up all these shots for his teammates, when in reality, he's making simple passes that anybody could make. And not to mention, the one thing about LeBron that really pisses me off is, I don't blame you, Eric. I do not blame you. But the one thing that really annoys me about LeBron is, especially during when he has the ball, when he goes, where he fucking drives his shoulder into the defender like he's a fucking NFL running back. If any of you have noticed that, he does that a lot. Or if anyone else were to do that, would be called for an offensive foul. LeBron, hut, doing his best Mike Allstott impression, or Jerome Bettis, whatever NFL runner you want to compare him to, like he's fucking LeGarrette Blount. Just basically throwing his shoulder into these handcuffed defenders of today. Anyone else were to do that would be called for an offensive foul. And don't even get me started on those fucking rebounds. A lot of times LeBron is the biggest liability on defense. A lot of times, like, standing around on defense. I knew the Cavs lost that game as soon as I knew the Cavs lost that game. I knew they lost game 3 when he was fucking standing around defense and cherry-picking rebounds to inflate the rebound statistic. He stood around on defense to hunt for uncontested rebounds, and he spammed the passes. And now, the way I see it, LeBron's gonna fucking now that he's part of the 3-6 Mafia, now that he's 3-6 and can never be compared to Michael Jordan ever again, because Michael Jordan's a 6-time winner, LeBron's a 6-time loser. Now, I guess now, LeBron's gonna fucking tuck his tail in between his legs and head straight to Philadelphia. Although, speaking of which, I know this is merely a rumor. This is an early rumor that this is merely a rumor. You can basically take this however the hell you want. You don't have to take this too seriously. I sure as hell don't. But where he's gonna go? All right. Let me see. Yeah, keep in mind, this is fucking Bleacher Report. Yeah, the current favorites right now, only 2 East teams are favored. Only 2 East teams are favored to get him, the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. Well, you can cross the Miami Heat off the list because, number 1, he chased Dwayne Wade out of Cleveland. In case anybody forgot. But wait a minute. Let me try to find the article. I'm hearing all these rumors that the Lakers are leading contenders to get him. Although, let's be completely honest with you, there's no way in hell the Lakers are going to get him. Number 1, because the Lakers are in the West, and number 2, the Lakers do show a lot of promise. But who's to say that they're really going to live up to expectations? They haven't been doing so in years. I'll get to that later. Of course, I'm only seeing this on this is a Lakers article, so green and roll. But this is Bleacher Report, so you can look at this however the hell you want. You don't have to take it seriously. The Celtics are not listed. That's right, Pringle. LeBron's a stat chaser. I don't know if stat padding I don't know if you could be a stat padder in the NFL. I don't know if you could do that in the NFL. I know in NBA you can definitely do that, but in football, that's a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, LeBron, as my man Bruce Blitz calls him, 𝔡'𝔑𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦. I mean, the thing is, I mean, the teams that are on the list. Let me look up LeBron James betting odds, just trying to give you a more of an insight. I wonder if anyone's made LeBron James betting odds yet. All right, here's OddsShark. Let me see what OddsShark tells you. This was the betting site that I used for WWE in the past. Yeah, I mean, according to this is OddsShark. There's also Bet Online. So yeah, but according to this, they're saying that the teams listed here are the Lakers, Rockets, Cavs, 76ers, Celtics, Spurs, Warriors, Clippers. I don't know why the fuck you would go to the Clippers, and the Miami Heat. But according to these betting odds, the Los Angeles Lakers are the odds-on favorite to land LeBron James. I don't know how seriously you want to take that, but I'm just here to tell you as a, let me show you right here. I should have had the hat ready when I did the live, when I turned the damn live camera on, but later, Bacon. But as a Laker fan myself, I'm giving you my unbiased opinion. The Lakers are not getting him. I'm sorry, they're not. And let me explain to you, I could give you many explanations of why the Lakers will not get him. The Lakers definitely have enough talent where if they have a superstar or two, they can definitely make some noise in the playoffs, but I'd have to see that for myself. But yeah, the Lakers have the best betting odds. They're at plus 200. The Rockets are at plus 220. The Cavs are at plus 350. The 76ers are also plus 350. The Celtics are plus 1,000. The Spurs are plus 1,200. The Warriors are plus 2,000. The Clippers are plus 2,000. And the Heat are plus 3,300. The Vikings play us in Philly. Oh, good. Good. I think, reigning Philly fan, I think I finally was able to add you as a moderator. I don't know if you're still here. Yup. It happened again. Sorry about that. Those stupid fucking ads keep popping up. Anyway, I'm back. There you are, Ring. Now you have a wrench. Now you have a wrench. All right, we in business. We have another wrench around here. And now Raining's now a moderator, so he's finally got his wrench. It took him a while, but he's finally got his wrench. But yeah, I mean, this is what you were talking about. Good call on that one, Fox. But right now, the 76ers are tied with Cleveland for the third best betting odds to land LeBron James, where the Lakers are currently the favorites. Now, exactly, you're really on a roll, and you're going to be even more on a roll when I keep playing your clips. And Philly 500 is going to add you as an intro. I mean, he offered to add me as an intro when I fucking ranted about how when someone said that Wentz never played good defenses, and I said, what about against the fucking Panthers? He wanted to add that as an intro, but I turned it down because I was nervous. Might have been a mistake on my part, but at least I accepted. I mean, Philly 500 told me exactly what editing apps to use. Why, thank you, Fox. I already got a wrench from Philly 500. Let me try to see if I can add. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it on my mobile phone. So, Randy Philly fan has those similar problems. I think you have to click on. You have to click on the page. Whoever's chatting. I mean, Randy Philly fan already knows how to do that because of all the people he blocks and insults on the way out. Thank God I didn't have to do that this time. But I think I scared a lot of the trolls away because I now insult them on the way out because it's fun. Because I enjoy it. And I think Randy Philly fan's starting to scare most of his trolls away too. He hasn't been getting trolls on his channel as of late. It's really funny when he does. Yo, what's up, Seb? I haven't gotten to UFC yet, but right now I'm on basketball. And right now, the Lakers have the best odds to get LeBron, but it's not going to happen. I don't see how it happens. If it does, I'd be truly amazed if it did. Hopefully, what is my first name? That's classified. But yeah, even though I'm just going to say this right here, I've said it before. Yeah, you may be thinking about life after basketball. Yeah, that could be a good point. But I'll explain some reasons why LeBron is not coming to LA. It's just not going to happen. He's not coming to the Lakers. I'm just going to tell you why. Number one, he and the Ball family wouldn't see eye to eye, and not to mention, I don't think he and Luke Walton mix either. And not to mention, LeBron is not willing to give up his stats. He is not willing to stack. Man, it's just LeVar he can't stand, understandably so. But I don't think he and Walton would see eye to eye because keep in mind, LeBron's not going to sacrifice his numbers. It's just not going to happen. He wants to be able to rack up as many numbers as he can, even if it means losing games. Oh, he did? When did that? Oh, let me look that up. Just for the hell of it, I might as well. I mean, oh, here we go. This was from December 14th, 2017. I think Lakers Twitter got really crazy over that. He said, "Happy G-Day, young king. At Lonzo, live it up on your day. Hashtag live, laugh, love. Hashtag strive for greatness." But I just don't see it happening. I feel like, and not to mention the Lakers are in the West. LeBron's not leaving the East. I don't give a shit what nobody say. I don't think there's any way he's leaving the East. If he does, I'll be truly amazed. I feel like, I mean, let me look at these betting odds yet again. Okay. I mean, let's look at the other teams. Miami Heat, you can definitely cross off the list because, number one, he already ran Dwayne Wade out of Cleveland, and you saw how the Heat players were all struggling against the Sixers. And the Clippers, well, the Clippers suck balls. They can never advance past the first round. The Warriors, that's highly unlikely since they have to re-sign. They're focusing on re-signing Kevin Durant. They got to re-sign Kevin Durant. I'm saying this from their mindset. In their mindset, they got to re-sign Kevin Durant. The Spurs, once again, they're in the West, and they already have trouble pleasing Kawhi Leonard, and I don't even know if he would mix with LaMarcus Aldridge. The Celtics, you can also cross off the list because, number one, he hates Boston because they threw beer bottles at him. And not to mention, he already ran Kyrie Irving off, and that's where Irving is now. The Cleveland Cavaliers, because the Cavs are just in massive debt. The Cavs are in massive debt. And the Rockets may be struggling with cap money, and he and Harden wouldn't see eye to eye. He is not signing the Warriors. He is not signing with the Warriors, even though he actually did once entertain that idea. Yo, what's up, nation? Yeah, the Warriors also had to focus on Klay Thompson. And the Spurs are shopping around Kawhi Leonard. So it would... with the Lakers, they're in the West. The Lakers definitely have up-and-coming talent. The Lakers can definitely make some noise, especially if we get Paul George. But the Lakers got to get Paul George. We got to get Paul George. That's our... we're talking about basketball, nation. The Lakers got to get Paul George. We just have to. If we don't, we're screwed. And not to mention... I don't even think we have enough. I don't even think we have enough to land both LeBron and Paul George. I don't think we have enough. And I'll tell you why we don't have enough. Because let me tell you something. The Lakers are probably behind because we're still stuck with Luol Deng. I don't know how the fuck we're going to get rid of him. I know they were saying over time that nobody on the Lakers is untouchable. They're willing to trade anyone. All right, let me look at this. We got to land Paul George. I really don't see exactly how we're going to land both. Paul George may have to change positions or change to power forward because LeBron is already a small forward. And I believe Lonzo is the point guard. Yeah, Lonzo's a point guard. And what about Brandon Ingram? I believe Brandon Ingram's a shooting guard. No, Brandon Ingram's a small forward, but they probably should move him to shooting guard. They probably should move him to shooting guard. Yeah, Brandon Ingram's a small forward. Yeah, it's quite possible we might have to trade Kyle Kuzma to get rid of it, which would suck. I mean, let's see. Maybe Kyle Kuzma's the shooting guard. No, he's a power forward. Okay. So they would have to move Paul George to shooting guard. So Brandon Ingram can't play my bad. Oh yeah, Brandon Ingram can't play shooting guard. So he's going to stay a small forward, and they're going to make Paul George the shooting guard. That's what they would have to do. I mean, the way I see it, And also, one thing you also have to keep in mind, I'm gonna take this hat off because it's fucking hot as dog shit in here. Keep in mind, LeBron James' style of play, keep in mind he will not sacrifice his numbers. Just to make that perfectly clear. And players actually get worse under him. LeBron's style of play does not enhance teammates. It's actually reduced teammates. And Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh are actually living proof of that. Luckily, it didn't stop them from being title contenders, but still, it's still something to think about. Yo, what's up, AJ Pyre? I've said it over and over again. LeBron's not leaving the East. The East is such an easy path to the playoffs. Julius Randle, I don't fucking know. Oh, they probably would. He probably would be a sacrificial lamb. I feel like the sacrificial lamb would be KCP. I mean, they may think about moving him. I mean, hell, if they get rid of Brook Lopez, they may think about moving him to center. I know he's currently a power forward, but they may think about moving him to center. And maybe Kuzma could be a guy that comes off the bench. I'm thinking that KCP would be the sacrificial lamb. KCP got better over time, but and who's to really say about Andre Ingram? I mean, Andre Ingram is in his 30s, so who's to say that's not a one-time deal? And who's to say he really won't do anything? And who's to say he'll really do anything afterward? I mean, hell, KCP actually showed some promise when he had 8 3-pointers against the Pelicans. Of course, we didn't win the game, but one thing that I'm gonna put it back on because I like wearing it. I just needed to give myself some breathing room. But one thing the Lakers would really have to do is Brandon Ingram must stay healthy. I cannot tell you, the Lakers aren't as bad as their record says they are. I'm not. I think Isaiah Thomas is as good as gone, but we got to get Paul George, otherwise we're screwed. Because the thing is, I cannot tell you, the Lakers are actually closer than people want to give us credit for. And the fact that the Lakers, there's no way. I don't know. I don't think he's hurt right now, but he's gotten hurt numerous times throughout the season, and if not his career. I think he got injured during his rookie season. But anyway, one thing I forgot to mention is, I've mentioned this already, the fact that the Lakers are the odds-on favorite to get him, even though, in my opinion, they're not fucking getting him, I feel like that's good PR and good news for the Lakers, because it could be an indication that we must be doing something right. We must really be up and coming if we're actually a consideration. Or maybe it's just the fucking media once again hyping us up like they do every single year, which I get sick and tired of. And by the way, I'm sick of hearing about the goddamn banners. We haven't done shit since 2010. Man, I don't even know exactly what the Lakers cap situation is. They might have to sacrifice some players. I'm telling you. It was ignorant ass Jim Buss. I'm telling you. Yo, what's up, King Dingbat? Guess what? You get a mod. You get a mod. Hopefully your mod immediately works. Reigning Philly fans didn't work until like later in the chat. I tried giving. Oh, they gave it to you right away. They gave it to you right away. I tried to give Reigning Philly fan a moderator, but it wouldn't accept it right away. And not to mention, if this stream goes offline multiple times for no reason, I'm just going to point out to you that the reason why that happens is because I've been having problems with pop-up ads on YouTube lately. So if that happens, that's why. And I feel like it's going to be a problem in future videos. I really hope not. It might have been because of the editing apps that I've downloaded. So my video is going to get a lot better. My videos get a lot better. They will be getting a lot better, especially come football season. I may be doing some intros of my own. But yeah, man, Lakers are a lot better than. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But anyway, yeah, I'm telling you, it's ignorant Jim Buss when he signed another bum to an absurd contract that we can't get rid of. It is an absolute tragedy what has happened to Jerry Buss's basketball team. All because of his dumb fucking son. It is a fucking joke that we had to rebuild. No, it's a fucking joke. You're talking about a Lakers team that has won 16 championships. But right now, the Lakers are actually better than people are willing to give us credit for. At least some of them. Exactly. Yeah, we had to get rid of D'Angelo Russell, even though he really wasn't all that great. I don't think he was really going to do anything. I mean, look how he is with the fucking Brooklyn Nets. He ain't doing shit for them. So it was well worth it to get rid of Timofey Mozgov. That fucking garbage. I was very patient, and I was kind of open-minded with Mozgov. I'm thinking, okay, maybe this guy's going to be good. But who knows? And unsurprisingly, he sucked and was injury-prone yet again. And thank God we traded him. Of course, Brook Lopez is on his way out, and oh yeah, there were some people. Oh yeah, you told me, you said that on Reigning Philly Fans live chat X Factor that Mavs fans think they will get LeBron, and you're wasting your time thinking about that. Oh yeah, Philly 500, you missed it. I was showing the live audience some Reigning Philly fan clips. I was showing them some Reigning Philly fan clips. I think the audio was a little hard to hear because Reigning Philly fan's camera might not have been so good, or his speakers might have gotten some blockage. I know you saw them. I just wanted to show the clips just for the hell of it. Sometimes, if Reigning Philly fan really does something funny, I will show you some clips of his. I will show you some clips of his. If he really goes the extra mile, and especially that one video where he's especially that one video where he looks like he's got shaving cream on his face. I don't know what the hell the deal was that. I don't know what the hell the deal with that was, but hey, whatever floats his boat. Oh, and by the way, how's your wife doing? I mean, as we all know, prayers are up for Philly 500's wife. We wish her a speedy recovery. Just wanted to put that out there. I didn't make a video mentioning it, kind of out of respect. Yeah, I gave Fox a wrench. But anyway. But yeah. Oh, she's doing good, sore. Oh, she's home now? Good. You're very welcome. I didn't want to make a video about that because I didn't make a video about that purely out of respect. Because I didn't want to use that situation to up my views or my subs for that matter, even if it's not my intention, because I just didn't feel good about doing that. But yeah, I feel like LeBron, to make that perfectly clear, the Lakers are a lot better than people are giving us credit for. And people forget that a lot of times during the Lakers season, we have lost games that we should have won because we imploded in overtime and because Brandon Ingram wasn't on the field. I mean, on the court. There was a lot of times where we missed Brandon Ingram on the court. Brandon Ingram has found his niche as a closer. And there was a lot of times where during his injury, there were a lot of times where Brandon Ingram pulled us over the finish line, especially against the Sixers. Even though, give credit to Lonzo for opening up that shot for him, but still. There were a lot of times where at the end of it, during crunch time, Brandon Ingram has been reliable, pulling us over the finish line. And he is capable of scoring 37 points. He is very capable of it. And there was a lot of times where there were games we had won, and we should have won, but Brandon Ingram wasn't on the court, and there were times where like, damn, we could have really used Ingram. And getting someone like Paul George will really take that pressure off of him. There were a lot of times where not having a premier superstar has failed us in crunch time. As a matter of fact, the Lakers should have won 40-plus games, and I stand by that. In my opinion, they should have won 42. They should have won 42. I guarantee you there was double-digit games we should have won, especially against Golden State, maybe against Portland, and a few other teams. So we're actually closer than people are willing to give us credit for. And the fact that we're actually favorites to get LeBron James, even though there's no way in fuck that's going to happen, that's good for us. It must mean we're doing something right. Or, once again, the media is hyping us up. Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Fox. Fox, you know the deal. You've been on this channel long enough. Come on, man. No holds barred, baby. Every Wednesday. And there's no sports in my way this time, so I'll be able to do it. No holds barred, baby. Wednesday. It's usually on Wednesdays. It's usually on Wednesdays at 7 or 8. I don't want to do it too early, but I also don't want to do it too late. Well, X, the national talking heads are retards. Just gonna say that out right now. Especially Nick Wright. Nick Wright is the biggest idiot of them all. Skip Bayless actually knows what he's talking about when he brings up LeBron and Michael Jordan. That's the only time Skip Bayless actually says something truthful. Otherwise, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. But yeah, but regardless, the Lakers are on the right track. But let's see if we actually live up to expectations this time. We haven't been doing that. We haven't been doing that the past couple years. I mean, the media kind of hypes us up every single year, and we don't make shit happen. And let me get to my next point. Right now, the easiest path to the finals, and the most If he gets to, it's going to be the most comfortable. It's going to be the most logical, the most logical, the easiest and most ideal place for him to go. And by the way, fuck what the national talking heads say. Fuck what some other fans say. Although I don't want to go that far. Fuck what anybody says. The thing is, the media is kind of saying what it is. They kind of want to dance around it, and they want to create drama. They want to make it dramatic. They want to kind of make people guess, even though it's blatantly obvious that, guess what? The most logical place, the easiest path to the finals, and the thing that would make the most sense would be for LeBron to go to Philadelphia. Best place for him to go. Out of all the betting odds, out of all the odds on here, the 76ers is the best choice. The thing is, like I said before, LeBron is not going to give up his stats. He is not going to sacrifice those numbers. He's not going to do it. And if you want any further proof of it, look at all the coaches he's chased off as a result. And not to mention, the Miami Heat head coach at the time was hanging on by a thread. LeBron wanted him gone, in case anybody forgot. Rockets, forget it. That's in the West, and he ain't going to see eye to eye with James Harden. Cavs, no, that shit, he could stay in Cleveland, but I highly doubt it. Celtics, I've already gone over all of it. Later, Fox. But anyway, the thing is, the one that would make the most sense, it would make the absolute most sense for LeBron James to go to Philadelphia, because a lot of those times, I think most other teams are going to make him sacrifice his stats, and he's not going to want to do that. I think Los Angeles is no different. I think Walton is going to want to pull him out at some of the most absurd times, and LeBron's like, whoa, back up. Yeah, some guys making earlier that LeBron's probably going to change positions. LeBron's not sacrificing his stats. He wants to play the game his way, and I feel like the only way, the most likely way he's going to keep those freedoms is if he goes to Philadelphia. If he goes to Philadelphia, I've been hearing that Brett Brown gives a lot of his players a shit ton of freedom, and I feel like he'll do the same for LeBron. LeBron's going to get a lot of freedom in Philadelphia. Are you kidding me? I think he will. I think he's going to get a lot more freedom. He's going to get a lot more freedom. And it's just a win-win. He's going to be able to, he's not going to have to sacrifice his statistics. And it's going to be yet another easy path to the finals with arguably a more talented team than Cleveland was. I mean, after all, another thing that really helped the Sixers out was the fact that they beat Cleveland the last two times. The last two times the Sixers beat Cleveland. Absolutely, the Sixers can beat the Celtics. Of course they could. And I'll get to exactly what some of the true reasons the Sixers lost that series. As a matter of fact, there were multiple times the Sixers had those games won, and they choked. The Sixers can definitely beat the Celtics. I truly believe that. I'm clicking back and forth just to see stuff. And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about what the Sixers are going to do with Dario Saric. I feel like they will keep him. I mean, Joel Embiid is arguably a better center than Kevin Love or Brook Lopez or whoever Brook Lopez's replacement will be, whether it be a draft pick. Yeah, a draft pick could potentially be better than Joel Embiid one day, but then again, you don't know that for a fact. The Sixers are a lot more prepared. The Lakers have the talent that can contend with Philadelphia, but Philadelphia is more ready. I mean, Bayless will probably be traded. I don't know about Marco Bellinelli. I don't know if he's staying. I don't know if Bellinelli's staying. I don't know if he'll be gone. The Lakers already tried to trade for Hassan Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside has turned us down, and I don't want that has been on our team anyway. I don't know if Bellinelli's going to stay. I don't know what I haven't been paying attention to the Sixers contract situations. But maybe if I look on here, maybe they'll tell me. Maybe they'll tell me. Robert Covington got a fat contract. Yeah, Gerard Bayless, he's on his final year. Redick may be resigned. Amir Johnson's good as gone. Bellinelli is going to be a free agent. Bellinelli's contract may be up. Ersan Ilyasova's contract may be up. TJ McConnell will be back. Justin Anderson could be back. You might get rid of those guys and re-sign Bellinelli and them. Or maybe you just may go the different route and sign somebody else. I don't know if they're going to trade Covington, and I don't even know if they're even going to trade Fultz. I mean, Fultz is a rookie. He just got there, and I believe Fultz is the backup. Fultz's niche is the backup point guard to Benjamin Simmons. Is going to be the backup to Simmons, who's the starting point guard. As we all know, Simmons is the point guard, and Fultz would be the backup point guard. Although Fultz also could be a shooting guard. I mean, they could make Richaun Holmes. I don't know what that. I mean, Richaun Holmes may be gone. The official NBA awards show. Oh, I haven't been paying attention to that. I should be, but let's see. But let me see. When's it gonna be? Oh, it'll be on June 25th. Yeah, I mean, yo, welcome back, Pringle. But yeah, I mean, I think what people are scared. I think what people are afraid of LeBron James coming to their team is players getting worse under him. I think it's less likely with Philadelphia than it would be for other guys. As far as the awards, as we all know, my pick for MVP is Anthony Davis. My pick for MVP is Anthony Davis. My pick for Defensive Player of the Year may be Anthony Davis again. I would probably put my most improved would probably be Clint Capella. My Rookie of the Year pick is Donovan Mitchell. My sixth man of the year, I don't even know who to give that to. I'd give Coach of the Year to Brad Stevens. My pick for Coach of the... Exactly. Hood and Jordan Clarkson were actually better before they went to Cleveland. Just remember, LeBron's style of play, it limits teammates. Oh, you think they're going to give it to Oladipo? Yeah, I would say Clint Capella, but I would totally see them giving it to Victor Oladipo. I could totally see that. I could see that. And as far as Rookie of the Year, Jason Tatum definitely made his case again. Definitely made his case because of the Celtics' run. I mean, he's definitely made his case. Yeah, even though Harden's a fucking flopper and he's defense is terrible and he's sloppy as hell. And not to mention he gets away with a lot of traveling. It's away with so much traveling, it's not even funny. But my primary pick is Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum could definitely made a case, but I wouldn't consider Tatum. You could take Ben Simmons and Lonzo Ball sagging off on defense and cherry picking rebounds. They're the lazy defense and stat padding rookies. Exactly. Harden was bailed out by Chris Paul. Oh shit, where'd I put it? But yeah, but anyway, back to LeBron James's case with the Sixers. I would feel like it'd make the most sense because he will less likely have to give up his statistics because he is not sacrificing those numbers. Just to get that out of the way. He would rather run players or coaches off. He would rather run his players or coaches off than sacrifice those numbers. Just to make that perfectly clear. And with the 76ers, I don't think he's going to have to. I feel like he'll still get the ball a lot. Of course, he'd have to contend with Ben Simmons as a fucking stat patter, but I think Simmons will give up those stats. I don't think he's going to have a problem with that. After all, when he has the job as the point guard, when he has the ball, usually by the time he makes it up the court, he'll give the ball up anyway. So, for all we know, LeBron would have the ball all the time anyway. And then he would be able to do his usual thing. He'll do his usual thing. Especially, LeBron will ask for the ball a lot. He will. And it's really going to depend on what LeBron does with the ball afterward. Keep in mind that LeBron's style of play limits teammates, so don't be surprised if Joel Embiid's scoring is somehow worse. And Simmons' numbers are somehow, I feel like it's going to get to the point where I'll have to defend them against a lot of media crap. Sorry, the stupid ads keep popping up. Man, it's so annoying. Man, fuck those A ball. Oh, LeBron's a ball hog, dude. LeBron's an even bigger ball hog. Just gonna point that out. LeBron is way too ball dominant. So don't be surprised if the numbers go down. And he'll still have his niche on defense. And by the way, Ranning, Kevin Love was actually a great center before he showed up in Cleveland. I say the same with Shaq. Although Shaq was at the end of his career, pretty much. It was his second last year. But yeah, but Embiid will be a guy in his prime. Will be a guy that's ready to do stuff. Embiid will still do his thing on defense, but a lot of times LeBron has also been responsible for allowing a lot of open looks by sagging off on defense, and Simmons did the same thing against the Celtics, and I have indisputable evidence of that. I mean, I've actually took the time and looked at every single rebound that sat against the Celtics, and there were definitely a lot of some discrepancies. I have them down. I saved them onto my documents. And he was fucking out there. A lot of times Simmons was out there on an island sagging off on defense. And LeBron is even worse with that. Embiid did a better job staying healthy this time. The only reason why he was even hurt in the first place is because Fultz made a mistake by hitting him in the face. That was an accident. Right. Ranting definitely makes a good point when he says Kevin Love's more of a power forward than a center. But Embiid's a lot younger than Shaq. But I think with LeBron there, I don't think Simmons will be sagging off on defense as often because they'll probably have Simmons taking the main assignment. They'll probably have him taking the main assignment, and LeBron will be the guy that goes to defend the guy in the corner and kind of sag off him. I've seen a lot of times where either one of those guys, like, for example, if Simmons gets assists, it's because LeBron shoots the ball after Simmons gives it to him. Otherwise, LeBron's likely going to get the ball up to somebody else. Or LeBron will give it to Simmons, and then Simmons will give it to a guy that scores. I don't think Simmons will not be in the fucking way of LeBron's stat padding. I don't think it'll be a problem. The media just constantly makes excuses for him. But the bottom line is he's a six-time loser. Michael Jordan's a six-time winner. He's lost more NBA finals than Kobe has won. But I'm here to tell you, when you can look, I mean, if YouTube wasn't on that bullshit, I would actually give you some footage of Simmons' rebounds. I mean, I'd show you the good ones, I'd show you the terrible ones, and I'd show you the ones he got off free throws and all that stuff. And you could go back and look at the film. But I feel like it's going to get to the point where I have to defend him against a lot of media bullshit. I feel like it's going to get there, especially with LeBron around. Look, exactly. The problem people think is going to be is the fact that LeBron doesn't want they think LeBron's going to be a problem. No, what they're thinking about is the fact that LeBron being so ball dominant and teammates being suffocated by how ball dominant he is. But those guys, nobody's going to get in the way of how he wants to play the damn game. Nobody is. Nobody's going to. He's not going to give up his stats. But Simmons is not going to stand in the way of that because I've seen it a lot of times. I've given Simmons flack for having the ball in his hands all the time, but a lot of times, but when he does have the ball, by the time he makes it to the fucking top of the key, by the time he makes it to the lane, he gives the ball up to somebody else, and that somebody else a lot of times is going to be LeBron. You watch. LeBron's style of play limits teammates. And not to mention LeBron is a complete liability on defense. So expect Simmons to take the main assignment. That is something you will definitely see. Yeah, I don't get how anybody could take that flopper over MJ or even Kobe for that matter. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'll never be able to understand it. I'll never be able to understand it. But yeah, Lakers are a lot closer than people are willing to believe. But the point I'm trying to make, I'm not going to dance around it anymore. I'm not going to dance around it anymore. I'm just going to give it to you straight. I've seen a lot of times during that series against the Celtics, not as much against the Heat, but I did see it against the Heat, but more so against the Celtics, where Ben Simmons was sagging off on defense and cherry-picking rebounds to inflate the rebound statistic. And LeBron's going to be doing that when he shows up. And Simmons will be taking the main assignment. So you're not going to see that anymore. Just remember something. How many rebounds either one of those two have is an indication of how little defense they were playing on those plays. Yeah, I would take Kobe because the main reason the two main reasons I take Kobe, the two main reasons I would take Kobe over LeBron is, keep in mind, number one, Kobe sacrificed a lot of statistics, sacrificed the passing statistics, sacrificed a lot of statistics to conform to Phil Jackson's system. LeBron not willing to do. Just want to put that out there. And I truly believe this for a fact. LeBron would have ran Phil Jackson off. He would have ran Phil Jackson off. And not to mention, there's been a lot of they said it a lot of times that he hates Phil Jackson. He would have run Phil Jackson off. Kobe didn't run Phil Jackson off, bought into a system, and my Lakers won 5 championships. Although 3 of them was with Shaquille O'Neal, but still. And the second thing is, there were a lot of times in crunch time, there were a lot of times in the fourth quarter where, much like Michael Jordan, there were times where Kobe had to pull us over the finish line in the fourth quarter, where he would take over the game. And he shot many game winners, especially against the Celtics. Especially Celtics in Game 7 in 2010. He took over the game. You don't get that kind of feeling with LeBron. You don't get that feeling. He's passive in those situations. He'll miss a lot of shots. He'll lose his confidence, and he'll start giving the ball up to somebody else. You are guaranteed to win. You are guaranteed that Jordan will win you the game in that situation. And 70 and 80% of the time, if not 90% of the time, and 80% of the time, if not 90% of the time, Kobe will pull us over the finish line. You are not guaranteed that shit with LeBron. Although LeBron has had games like that, but you are not guaranteed that shit with him. Yeah, you probably saw that on fucking Best How in elimination games. Best How. Can you please clarify that? Can you please clarify that? Well, Raptors ain't competing for shit. Pringle, the Raptors ain't competing for shit. Let's just get that out the way. Yeah. I could say Kevin Durant is better. I could say that. Yeah, I could say that. Hey, where'd Ranning go? Hey, where'd Ranning Philly fan go? Is he here? Is he a hologram or something? Where'd he go? Exactly. Assists and rebounds. Let me tell you something, X Factor. Like Ben Simmons, like I've kind of took shots at him with that before. Whether it be him, those rebounds are an indication of him standing around on defense. Let me tell you something. LeBron's rebounds are a product of where he is on the court the whole time when the shot goes up. And a lot of times it's him out there on an island or defending a guy in the corner sagging off him, and he just collects the boards. And that's how he gets a lot of those rebounds, by cherry picking. And those assists are the product of him having the freedom, which may I remind you once again that he's made sure to have throughout his career. Look at the fucking coaches he's run off over the years. His assists are the product of him having the freedom of constantly having the basketball in his hands. And not to mention he's fucking ball dominant. And like I mentioned before, he throws his shoulder into the defender like he's an NFL running back, where if anyone else were to do that, would be called for an offensive foul. Yo, what's up, Bacon? Welcome back. Hey, just want to mention that Ranning is missing. Just want to mention that right now. Ranning is missing. We all know where he is. Exactly, I mean... But of course, the media, X Factor, the national talking heads, and his big-time fanboys. The thing is, those guys don't analyze stats past a box score. The media, those national talking heads acts are like, oh, let's go to the box score, let's go to Basketball Reference. Forget actually putting context on those stats. Let me tell you something. Not all assists are created equal. Not all rebounds are created equal. Stats can be very misleading without context. There are a lot of times where LeBron is a great passer, and so's Ben. He's coming up. He's on the come up, and he was only in his rookie season. And for those saying he wasn't a rookie, guess what? Neither was Larry Bird. But they're great passers. I mean, a lot of times LeBron will make passes where he goes to the basket and kicks the shot out to the guy to hit the three-pointer. Simmons does the same thing a lot of times, or he does passes like through his leg to like Covington, who's like right next to him, or whoever was there. But a lot of times LeBron will just is just standing there, just dribbling the basketball, and he just makes and one guy comes off the screen and he just makes a simple pass that a goddamn fourth grader could make. Shout out to my man Bruce Blitz. He's made a lot of good points. There are multiple types of assists. There's the that's not an assist where a lot of times, keep in mind, the NBA started relaxing the way they've been scoring assists since the mid-2000s. And a lot of times LeBron will kick the ball out to a guy at the three-point, or is kicking the ball out to someone at the three-point line, and the guy drives to the basket. They gave him an assist on. I've seen LeBron do that against the Raptors, where LeBron kicks the ball out to George Hill at the three-point line. George Hill driving to the basket. That's not an assist. I've seen the Sixers against the Pelicans where Ben Simmons kicked a pass off to Robert Covington and at the three-point line, and Covington drives to the basket. Oh. Oh, wow, dude. Oh, so that's what you were doing, Ranning. Sometimes you gotta give me a heads up on that. Hell, I may show it in No Holds Barred. We're past the football topic. Later, alright, 500, you just gotta release a vid. No problem. But yeah. But and there's also teammates do the work assist where he's just standing there not doing anything, and the teammate comes off a screen, or he's just the one making the shot. And also, assist is the teammate making the shot, and keep in mind, an assist, everybody knows that an assist is a pass that leads directly to a shot. I mean, when, hold on, so, I mean, someone decided to order a pizza, so I might have to get myself a slice. I might have to get a couple slices if I'm hungry enough. So, just want to point that out. So if I walk out of the room, I'm probably getting a couple slices of pizza because I might get hungry. The bell did give me a heads up, Ranning. It probably did. That probably was what vibrated earlier. Well, it might not be the Video X, but yeah, there was also the one that there's actually like give and go assists, where he just gives the ball, where the ball gives, like it's a give and go, where it's like simple passes on a pick and roll. But anyway, as I was saying, and then there's the category where he's actually opening up shots for his teammates. And as far as rebounds go, well, Bruce Blitz has also categorized rebounds. And I also have. There's quality rebounds, where the quality rebound is a rebounder actually boxing out with the guy. Something you would expect to see from, like a Charles Barkley rebound. There's also a quality rebound where you're actually boxing out and you're actually playing your defensive assignment, and you box out and you crash the board. There's also lucky rebounds. Where you're not even anywhere near the court or not in any position to get it, but it just happens to bounce right to you. There's cherry-picked rebounds where you're not playing any defense and you're playing as close to the damn net as you possibly can, where you're just out there on an island. There's free throw rebounds where you get them off free throws, and then there's an own missed shot rebound where you miss your own shot and then you get it back and then you score. They count that as an offensive rebound. That could be a form of cherry picking, or you could put that in quality. I wouldn't know. And there's technical rebounds where it's not a rebound, but it's still scored it as a rebound. What? Exactly, Ranning. What move by Howard Roseman? Whoa! I gave him that idea for a T-shirt. Philly 500 is coming out with new merch. Philly 500 is finally getting merch soon, and he needed to find an artist. I need to find a good artist. I mean, I have some concept art that if I could, I'd show you. Oh yeah, there was times where LeBron's free throw shooting there's a lot of times where LeBron's jumper has failed him in crunch time. But yeah, I can't believe anyone would look at some of the for assists, there's that's not an assist. There's teammates did the work assist. There's pick, give, and go assist where he gets the ball and then he gives the ball back to the guy, then he shoots. And then there's the quality assist where he's opening up the shots. For rebounds, there's quality rebounds, cherry-picked rebounds, lucky rebounds, free throw rebounds, technical rebounds, and own missed shot rebounds. Bruce Blitz has categorized them in an indisputable way, and I kind of made some categories too. So keep that in mind. Next time you see a dope like Nick Wright or whoever just quoting, or any random moron on Twitter just quoting stats with no context, that guy's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about basketball. To be honest with you, if those stats are so goddamn valuable, why the fuck aren't calculators and computers putting together basketball teams? Why do we have general managers? Why do we have scouts? Basketball games are not won inside a calculator. Dude, Shannon Sharp is a football guy through and through. How the fuck anyone would take his basketball take seriously, I'll never the fuck know. Probably because it's what they want to hear. Yo, welcome back, King Dingbat. Exactly. I mean, Bruce Blitz. Let me bring up Bruce Blitz. Let me bring up Bruce Blitz again. He made a Twitter moment where he actually backed up LeBron a lot of times throughout his career. He was a former LeBron James defender. Bruce Blitz was saying that he defended LeBron for the 2000 finals loss. He on a YouTube channel that was taken down, defended LeBron for the 2011 finals loss on his podcast, hated Skip Bayless and had videos shitting on him. Then he had a LeBron James Blitz channel. He was a defender at one time, and Bruce Blitz put LeBron on his. And when LeBron won the 2016 finals, Bruce Blitz was really putting him over, wrestling terms. He's defended LeBron James a lot over the years, but now he's going to explain the disconnect. Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. The last 2 seasons, Russell Westbrook has had a ton of praise that heaped him because of his stats. Quite a few have put context on those stats, where people have said, well, he has the ball in his hands all the time. That limits the offense, but yeah, stats. He plays no D and gets easy rebounds. And that we started to notice that LeBron made some subtle but very important changes to his game after the All-Star break in the 2016-2017 NBA season, and that after the All-Star break, he started to play a lot like Russell Westbrook. That he doesn't mean out of control with flames coming out of his ears. And then LeBron really started sagging on defense and chasing rebounds, and it looked a lot like what Westbrook was doing, and that he was really spamming passing, that he just chased assists for numbers. And that he's watched every LeBron game from his. He wanted the same adoration that he saw Russell Westbrook chasing those numbers, and LeBron decided he was all in on that one. After the All-Star break, that he averaged a triple-double, clearly there was a change. He was out to prove that Westbrook wasn't best all around. He was. But is it really the best strategy for wins? Bruce Blitz has a video out there explaining LeBron's rebounds in the 2017 NBA Finals, where he went. I mean, we knew the Cavs lost that game when he started hunting for stats. No, there's no way that would work. LeBron now figured out at that point, LeBron figured out a somewhat brilliant strategy, but not the best in-game to game strategy for winning, to control his narrative. He wanted to win, but he was going to make sure he got his stats first. So as long as he got a triple-double or like double-digit rebounds or assists or whatever, or close, his criticism is minimal, which means he'll get a pass. Like if he has good stats, even though they lose, he'll get a pass by the media. He knows that. He was spamming the passes, not shooting for stretches of the game, sagging off on defense and cherry-picking rebounds. And the narratives produced a lot in the media, where LeBron had XXYZZ, what more do you want him to do? He was averaging, he should be finals MVP in a win or a loss. So with those narratives, it was a win-win for him. And not to mention, LeBron, you have a team in the Warriors that LeBron could literally get to the rim for buckets at will, because the Warriors do not have great rim protectors, and as of rules of today, the man could average at least 45 per game against the Warriors. He literally abandoned trying to stop Kevin Durant and let 37, soon to be 38, Richard take an assignment so he could sag and collect rebounds. And he continued to do it this past season, and you showed it in the NBA Finals. He came out super aggressive in Game 1. That's where he should do against the Warriors, attack the basket relentlessly. But then it happened again. The J.R. Smith blunder, which I mentioned earlier, that he started chasing those stats yet again. And now, because Ben Simmons has looked up to a LeBron a lot of times, now he's decided. I noticed that Simmons was doing the same thing. I noticed that he was hunting for numbers, although he probably won't anymore, but he probably will. Well, either way, at this point, he's controlling his narrative. That he knows he gets a pass as long as he could as long as he has his stats, he'll get a pass. I mean, with Russell Westbrook stat pads, when Russell Westbrook gets those numbers, he's called a stat padder. But if LeBron gets them, he gets a pass. Double standard. And by the way, as far as Kevin Durant, LeBron started that whole thing when he went to the Heat. Anyway, I talked about basketball for too long. Let's get to hockey, shall we? Let's get to hockey. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I had a lot going on. Yo, welcome back, Fox. I didn't notice you were back. Thanks, X. But now we get to the NHL. The Capitals are now the Stanley Cup champions, and they win the series all time 4-1. And I gotta say congratulations to the Cavs. And Devin Hughes reacts. I've told you that I had sports talk going on. So if Devin Hughes reacts, if you're watching this, I already congratulated you on Instagram, and congratulations, you deserve it. Now, this was Devin Hughes reacts when he made a video. He made a video reacting to his Capitals winning the cup. Here it is. If you're watching this, Devin Hughes reacts. Congratulations, dude. You deserve it. This is him right here.
Washington, D.C., we did it, baby. The Washington Capitals are now the hockey champions. Boy, it feels good to be a D.C. fan. Woo!
Ah, nice. He did the woo. And here's another one.
Shout out to all my subscribers who have been joining your boy on live stream. And the Washington Capitals are your champions. Turn up!
I am very happy for him. But I am very happy for him that he got to see his team win. Now, meanwhile, in another fan base. Meanwhile, in another fan base.
Get out, man. Get out. It's time for the Philadelphia Flyers to leave, man. Just leave. Do the city a favor and leave. Capitals win their first championship, right, ever. The last time the Flyers won a cup, Capitals didn't even exist. Their first season was the 1975-76 season. For crying out loud. Why don't you just do everybody a favor to sleep? Just get out. Get out. So.
Yeah. I mean, for those, I don't know if any of you heard that. I don't know if you could hear that coherently, but that was reigning Philly fan. He was upset. He was pissed because I can't say I blame him, because when the Capitals' first ever season was the last year the Flyers won a Stanley Cup. So I could definitely see where the frustration is. His name, Fox, his name is Devin Hughes Reacts. He may come on here any second now. He may come on here soon. Let's see if he's seen my Instagram. I might not have sent it to him. I probably did, I probably didn't. He did, so he might see it. Yeah, his name is Devin Hughes Reacts. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube, and he usually uses Devin Hughes Reacts too. That's his primary channel that he uses. He might come on here soon. But yeah, reigning Philly fans kind of depressed, and can't say I blame them. And I may be a little bitter myself, because my Blackhawks didn't even make the goddamn playoffs this year. Although the last couple times they got bumped out of the first round. Yeah, major respect to Alex 𝔡'𝔑𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦, or however you pronounce it. Dude finally got a Stanley Cup, well deserved. And former Chicago Blackhawk Michael 𝔡'𝔶𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦 won one too. And as of right now, let me see. Yeah, Blackhawks aren't exactly favorites to win the Stanley Cup next year as they used to be, which is kind of a shame. But it said that they are 22-1 shot, and that's tied for 10th best in the NHL. They used to be one of the top contenders, not anymore. I mean, hopefully they get back. Yeah, man, I feel you, dude. The Sabres never won a cup. Let me take my hat off again to give my head a little breathing room, because it's hot as balls up in here. It's always hot as balls up in here, for the most part. But yeah, the Sabres never won a Stanley Cup. And as far as but let me see exactly where the Flyers are right now. Maybe they should actually trade for a fucking goal. Maybe they should finally get a goddamn goalie. That's their top priority needs to be a fucking goalie. Period. I mean, I've been told many times that the Flyers need a goalie. They need a fucking goalie. Let me look back. Philly 500 was like on there when he talked to reigning Philly fan about that on that channel. He's like, the Flyer fans are goddamn depressed, and can't say I blame them. They're like, Flyers are, shit, everybody's around us is winning shit, and all we can think about is Kate Smith. And Sean Fitzpatrick on there, a guy named Sean Fitzpatrick also made a good point. As sports fans, we all want instant gratification. I'm sure many wouldn't have cared if the Eagles left. Some years before Laurie took over, they were rumored to be in Arizona. They were? Now this franchise is beloved, and the Flyers' day is coming also. Well, I don't know about that. When they won their first cup, they were beloved in that city also. So, Sean Fitzpatrick actually has some good... And by the way, speaking of the Philly 500 was Philly 500 was doing a live chat in the game, and it was commentating what the teams were doing, and Philly 500 made a good point, was talking about how it was a little difficult to keep up, and I figured I might as well believe him because he's been doing this for a while now. And luckily, I don't do live game commentaries. I mean, my thing is recaps. I just do recaps and I just tell you what happened. Although the one thing that's been a challenge for me was putting context on numbers in football. Well, putting context on stats or not, you can kind of get away with putting stats with no context in football, but not so much with basketball. Maybe you could get away with it in hockey, but I'm not so sure. But yeah, I mean, I decided to go on there and check it out. I mean, I was initially on Ranting Philly Fans live chat at the time, but I then Ranting and I decided to go on Philly 500's live chat, and it was one of the best decisions we made because now we're both moderators, and so is Fox. And that's when I learned how to do moderators. And I agree. Philly 500 here makes a good point. He says it's very hard to do hockey by himself unless you ignore the chat, and that's a cardinal rule to live streaming. You never ever ignore your chat. I agree. Exactly. That's what the fucking live audience is there for. Sometimes they can help you out. And I feel like, and one YouTuber that I really look up to is my man 𝔡'𝔑𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦, who has made it very clear that you should reply to your comments and you should give back to the community. And 𝔡'𝔑𝔞𝔯𝔦 has taken a shot at a lot of big-time YouTubers who don't reply to their comments, who ignore their audiences because they just don't give a. Happened again. Sorry. It's been doing that. It's doing that a number of times recently. Yeah, sometimes it'll take you a while to do it. I replied to comments during my WrestleMania review, but sometimes I had trouble with it. I had trouble replying to comments because I had to tell you what was going on in that ring. Thank God I didn't have to cover a lot of John Cena's bullshit because he got squashed by the dead man. So we didn't have to see how much of an unathletic fuck stain that he was. I'll get to wrestling later. I always help them out. It's about giving back to the community. Anyway, that's about it as far as hockey is concerned. Now we're going to move on to baseball. But then again, there ain't much to discuss. There ain't much to discuss. But shout out to Fox. He brought this up a little. He brought even that right now, Fox. I'm sure you're feeling pretty good. Yo, what's up, Devin Hughes Reacts? I was just talking about you. You just missed the hockey. I played a couple of your video clips, Devin. When your reaction to the Capitals winning the Stanley Cup. You just missed that. We was just talking about you. And Fox was asking about your channel, and I told them who you were. But yeah, Fox, you must be pretty happy about the fact that Fox, your team's the Blue Jays, right? I believe you told me that. I believe you told me that your team's the Blue Jays. Could have sworn you said that. Yeah, Blue Jays knocked off the Orioles 13-3, which was the Philadelphia Eagles' regular season record this past season. It's almost like a football score, it was almost like an ugly football win. The Padres knocked off the Marlins 3-1. The Seattle Mariners knocked off the Tampa Bay Rays 5-4. The Cincinnati Reds knocked off the St. Louis Cardinals 6-3. The Cleveland Indians beat the Detroit Tigers 9-2. The Philadelphia Phillies knocked off the Milwaukee Brewers 4-3. Finally, the Phillies won a game. The Phillies have cooled off recently. I don't know what their deal is. I know the Phillies are in rebuilding, so you kind of have to be patient with them. That's what I know for sure. You got to be patient with them. I'm going to take this off and put my Super Bowl beanie back on, just for the hell of it. I wanted to put on my Lakers hat, but I want to put my beanie back on. Hopefully it's aligned properly. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's not. No problem, Devin. No problem. You've been supporting my channel for a while now, so I have to, and that's my job. I have to give back. I have to give back. You supported my channel. You've reacted to a lot of my vids in the past, so I have to react. I have to give back, and I gotta give credit where credit is due, because on there, that's what you're supposed to do. And my channels. I'm gonna get to that when I get to MMA, Devin. I'll get to that. But I've downloaded some video editing apps, and huge shout out to Philly 500. He's really helped me out with that one. So you're gonna see some better videos in the future, and Philly 500 has really helped me out a lot, and I can't thank him enough. I can't thank him enough for that. He showed me the way. There's some video editing apps out there, like KineMaster, iMovie, and whatever. I mean, KineMaster may cost more to do. I mean, I know KineMaster is what Joey Shakes uses. As you can see in most of his videos, it says made with KineMaster. But anyway, yeah, the Phillies are rebuilding right now, so you gotta be patient with the Phillies. But either way, they won today. The Twins beat the Angels 7-5. The Pirates beat the Cubs 7-1. The Houston Astros beat the Texas Rangers 8-7. Battle of Texas teams. Right now, the Arizona Diamondbacks are beating the Colorado Rockies. 8-3, bottom of the ninth inning. The Oakland Athletics are beating the Kansas City Royals, top of the ninth inning. My man Casey Kidd is really pissed off about his Kansas City Royals right now. I mean, the Casey Kidd, 92, he hasn't been on these chats, but I probably should tell him, but I don't want to do that to him. I mean, if he wants to come on here, he can. I don't want to tell people and ask people to come on here. If they want to come on here, I'm just going to let them. But yeah, the Athletics are up, top of the ninth inning. The San Francisco Giants are beating the Washington Nationals, top of the eighth inning, 2-0. The Los Angeles Dodgers are beating the Atlanta Braves. Hell yeah, fuck the Atlanta Braves. That's the top of the eighth inning. And tonight at 8, the Yankees will play the New York Mets. Go Yankees, fuck the Mets. Yeah, he's getting a wrench. Oh, by the way, Devin, you get a moderator. You get a wrench. I'm not going to hand anybody wrenches. I'm going to I only hand out wrenches to familiar faces, to contributors, so to speak. Like Philly 500, he doesn't... Yes, editing is a lot of hard work, and I'm now learning the basics of it. And not to mention, sometimes with music, you want to make sure it gets past the seal of approval. I like the Yankees. My primary team is the Phillies. I don't give a shit about baseball, but I'm not Russian. By the way, to my moderators, you have permission. I am not Russian. Just gonna point that out right now. But anyway, Devin, do you follow baseball a lot? And I mean, I would imagine you're a Nationals fan. I would imagine that's your team. Yeah, unfortunately, right now they're losing. The Phillies right now are rebuilding. I'm primarily Phillies, but I do like the Yankees as well. But as far as I'm concerned, that's about it as far as baseball is concerned. Up next, we're moving on to UFC, to MMA. I'm giving you the UFC results. I might think about giving you the Bellator results if there even is any. Well, there's not. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Bellator is basically the B show. UFC is the big time. But anyway, let me bring up the results for last night's UFC 225. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it because I'm broke as hell. I can't afford the pay-per-views. Yes, the Phillies are getting better. But yeah, all right. Let's bring up the first decision. The first match. The welterweight Mike Jackson beat CM Punk after a decision 5 minutes at the 5 minute mark, after the 500 hours mark. So Mike Jackson was declared the winner. And let me mention what Corey Graves. Yeah, Corey Graves was like talking shit toward Punk indirectly on Twitter. He said, "Me abandoning everyone who stood by our side, even though we weren't supposed to, only to have you turn your back on us, wasn't the right move after all. No anger, only sadness." He's like, "Oh, seems some fans are disappointed. Maybe you guys should know that dude held my first son before I was on tour and trusted him. I had dinner with him the week after he quit. The first rule of punk rock is loyalty, and this guy betrayed it all. I still love you, friend. I'm sorry you got lost." And said, "Hey, don't worry, at Vince McMahon, this has nothing to do with you either, Triple H. This isn't corporate, this is real life." Yeah, right. And I just responded to Corey Graves. I quoted him saying, "Dude, go back to covering brony conventions. Google that if you ever get a chance. If you ever get a chance, go Google Corey Graves brony conventions." I told him to go back to covering brony conventions. But yeah, the WWE establishment and the WWE bubble needs to get over CM Punk. It's their own fault he quit anyway. But anyway. And let's see. Hold on. Yeah, CM Punk was like, "You win some, you lose some. I'm 1-1 this week. I'll take it. Thanks to my team, my family, my friends, and the fans. Wouldn't be here without any of you. Respect to Mike Jackson. Thanks for the fight. You only live once, and I'm alive." And he has the Shawshank Redemption gif. But Mike Jackson quoted his tweet, and let's see what he said. I know he responded to Punk. Hold on. It's a little. Oh, here we go. Mike Jackson said, all the respect to you, sir. But yeah, major respect. CM Punk's coach was like, he put out an Instagram, we win as a team and we lose as a team. You can't deny my friend CM Punk doesn't have heart. Congratulations to Jackson and his coach, KRU Bob Perez and Patrick Miletich. Thank you very much to the amazing CM Punk fans for your support. Thank you so much for the Rufus Sport Nation for all your support. And CM Punk, let's see. Let me look this up. MMA reporter Ariel Helwani posted the following medical update. She put out a tweet saying CM Punk suffered no injury in this fight tonight. He's been discharged from the hospital. Mike Jackson was like, put out on Twitter, he's like, I'm legit confused here. I'm trying to figure out how I was cocky and taunting. I'm sorry, I didn't knock out Phil. Dude's hella tough, and I don't want to get caught out in some dumb shit. Hey, can't say I blame him. Chuck Liddell, UFC legend Chuck Liddell put out a tweet saying that was a horrible fight. I never thought I'd see two 0-1 fighters in the UFC and on the main card to boot. I think the reason why Punk was on the main card is because it was in Chicago, and I think it was to boost pay-per-view buys. It was a business reason to boost the number of pay-per-view buys because it was in Chicago. I think Chuck Liddell retired. I think he retired, or he left UFC. He's in the UFC Hall of Fame right now. I know that. It was announced on Liddell said on April 14th that he was coming out of retirement, and he wants to fight Tito Ortiz, but no deal's been reached. Oh, speaking of later, Pringle. But anyway, 𝔡'𝔂𝔓𝔓 beat Andrei Arlovsky by decision round 3 with 5 minutes in. I don't know if any of you remember this. For those of you who were on the last sports talk, who did I pick to win? I think I picked Ty to win based on the fact that he was 7-0. I'm not so sure. I think I picked Ty. I think I picked 𝔡'𝔂𝔓𝔓. I'm pretty sure that's who I picked. I don't remember. Man, my memory's not very good, so forgive me there. I think I picked Ty, but I could be wrong. I'll have to look back at it. If the live audience can remember that, that'd be great. But I don't have time to go look back at it. But yeah, Ty beat Andrei Arlovsky. But I don't remember who I picked. If any of you, if you guys remember who I picked, if you don't, I don't blame you. That's no problem. Nobody, huh? That's okay. All right. Next one was Holly Holm beat Megan Anderson by a 5-minute round 3 decision. Same thing as the other one. In the welterweight co-main event, Colby Covington beat Rafael dos Anjos. And I believe Colby Covington called out Tyron Woodley. I believe that's his next fight. I believe Covington called out. I'm starting to really like Covington. I like his trash talking. I love how he was talking shit on Twitter to Tyron Woodley, where in his post fight interview. And then he said, Tyron Woodley, I know, responded to him on Twitter and said, hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. Yeah, Colby Covington was like, I'm coming for you, Tyron Woodley. And Tyron Woodley responded, bitch, please. I let you bump your gums. Now you got smoke. I'm exposing you. You were and always will be my warm-up round. I don't know about you, but I got Tyron Woodley winning that one. Exactly, fly Eagles fly. Oh, you have? Randy Philly fan says that he's actually talked to Dana White 6 times on Twitter. He was real nice all 6 times, and he used to live across the street from X-Pac. Man, what the hell, X Factor? I'll give you a mod too. No problem. I'll give you a mod too. I'll give you a mod, no problem. You're welcome. Oh yeah, you just haven't been following it, Devin? Well, to be fair, it's hard to follow MMA, dude, because yeah, I mean, the thing is, yes, you could get MMA on TV, but that's going to be your lower cards. That's not going to be your greatest cards. Like, you know how you mean UFC Fight Night, but the UFC 220s, the numbered pay-per-views, like UFC 225, those are your main cards. Your main cards are going to be on your pay-per-views. I mean, it's just basic supply and demand. And like I said, the reason CM Punk was on the main card is because of publicity and promoting reasons to kind of generate more pay-per-view buys. You know, I would think that'd be the reason. Robert Whittaker beat Yoel Romero. I kind of knew he would. So basically, if I did pick Tai Tuivasa, if I picked Tai, I think I picked Tai. But if I did, I predicted almost correct. I predicted correctly on every one of these except CM Punk. I actually picked CM Punk to win and he lost. So yeah, I was I was 5-1 in my picks. No, I was 4-1 in my UFC predictions. Of course, I didn't do predictions on the preliminaries. I didn't look at the preliminaries. I just looked at the main card. I only paid attention to the main card. But anyway, now we're getting on to wrestling news. The WWE has named one of the revered competitors in British, Johnny Saint, one of the historic British wrestlers, Johnny Saint, has been named general manager of the United Kingdom brand. That he's one of the truest of true wrestlers. William Regal's already the NXT general manager, so they had to name the next best dude. I almost feel like Dave Taylor. Yo, what's up, Jam? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I just went over that. Oh, you have an autographed picture of X-Pac? Oh, nice. Now there's rumors circulating that Lesnar and Heyman may leave the WWE after SummerSlam. Well, I mean, of course, it was Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated who are saying, there are sources saying that Lesnar is expected to drop the belt by SummerSlam. I mean, dropping the belt could signal the end of his time. And then if Lesnar is finished SummerSlam, then Paul Heyman will also be finished, because there are no plans for Heyman outside of his role as Lesnar's on-screen manager. And of course, once again, oh yeah, Randy Philly Fan did a 6-hour live chat. Hold on. And speaking of Lesnar, of course, apparently I'm now hearing rumors that this no talent piece of shit Roman Reigns is now the odds-on choice to be the guy to face Lesnar at SummerSlam. First of all, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Nobody wants to fucking see that fucking shit. I mean, why not Bobby Lashley? Why not Braun Strowman? Why not Braun Strowman? Why not Bobby Lashley? Those would be way better choices than boring fuckface. That's for goddamn sure. Way better choice than dipshit knucklehead. And hold on. Speaking of which, speaking of Roman Reigns, Jim Cornette appeared on Busted Open Radio, talked about an idea about how to get the fans to cheer for Roman Reigns. And Jim Cornette was saying that it's a situation that's never been arisen before in the pro wrestling industry, and because, think about it, this is the first time that a guy has been rejected by the fans, not because of his lack of ability. Well, actually, that is largely the reason, but because the people know that the evil empire wants him to be the guy over the guy that they really want to be the guy. Or in some cases, a few guys, they want to be the guy. That is mostly the reason. They have revolted against the establishment, against management, by defecating all over anything that they try to do. Because they feel like they are getting back at the company for not featuring their favorites, most notably Daniel Bryan. Well, the truth is, Hulk Hogan, they were actually giving the fans what they wanted. They never. All right, but here's what he said. To think about this logically.
Every L-certified pre-owned laptop.
Oh, fucking damn it! That shit happens out of nowhere for no reason. Oh, but let me get to the point on how he would get Reigns. You would get Daniel Bryan was the root of it. What he would do, he was saying that what he would do was try to get. He would somehow, because if we could go back to WrestleMania 30, he said, if he was the root of it, I would somehow try to get him involved in it, try to get these two guys together. That he mentioned this on his podcast before, in some way get these guys together in terms of an interview or a tag match, or Roman bails out Bryan in a situation. And kind of do a 2018 version of Die Rocky Die. Well, regardless of what Jim Cornette says, you can watch the whole thing, but regardless of what Cornette said, I'm sorry, but that ship sailed. It's too late. It's too late. This guy fucking sucks. This guy, when he talks on the microphone, he sounds like a goddamn caveman. Yeah, I like Cornette too. That ship sailed. That ship sailed. It's too late now. The wool was pale. People saw right through the bullshit. That even while he was in the Shield, it was all designed just to get this boring motherfucker over. And every attempt that they tried to get this guy over has failed miserably. Even when they did the Roman Reigns, but I'm shot for work, Brock done. Roman Reigns, I'm here, Brock isn't. Even when they tried that, yeah, he did get some cheers here and there, but at the end of the day, it didn't really last. All right, hold on, let me show something. No, they're saying that CM Punk is now saying that he's done with professional wrestling. CM Punk, there was an interview with Dan Gelston of the Associated Press, and Punk talked about how his frustrations were growing toward the end of his WWE return. I was crying out for help. I wasn't finding it. I needed to focus on me. Some people want to say it's dramatic, but I've watched friends in wrestling turn to drugs and alcohol and eventually die because they can't get that help that they need, which is one of the main reasons why he's straight edge. I had to force myself to do it and step back. I'm not the one to generally ask for help, and so when I was finally doing it, that should have alarmed a lot of people, but it didn't. I was just one of the cattle. He did another interview today with Aaron Bronstetter of TSN and brought up comments about not getting an offer to wrestle again. Punk clarified his remarks and said that he's done with professional wrestling and that it's in a rear view mirror. And Punk said, I'm done. I'm done with professional wrestling. So there you go. Punk is not even going to TNA. He's not going to Ring of Honor. He's not even going to PWG or New Japan, let alone WWE. It's not going to happen. Yup, WWE is garbage like it always is. I like the old stars. WWE fails miserably at a star maker, so if I do master the editing, I will make a top 10 list of why the WWE sucks. Why WWE sucks now. Brie Bella. Triple B, Brie Bella Bryan is denying reports that Fuckboy Buckethead and Nikki Bimbo are back together. Brie Bella. There's like, so yeah, there was an interview with E! News and Brie Bella Bryan, Brie Bimbo, commented on the reports that Fuckboy Buckethead and Nikki Bimbo, have gotten back together. Brie Bella, they're not back together. Nikki's still my roommate. They're working on it. Everyone expected with this breakup that her and John will just make a quick decision. But they need time. They really need time to think about their futures and what they want. It's been really hard on them both. Obviously, John has to let everyone know what he really wants. But Nikki really has to think about it. Exactly. Nobody cares about those two phonies. The Bellas you know what the Bellas remind me the most of? They remind me the most of the fucking Kardashians. A bunch of untalented skanks who got to where they were because of luck and appearance. I mean, Kim Kardashian, I don't even need to explain I don't even need to explain. Talentless. Yeah, reigning Philly fans talking about the times where WWF actually had some competition, where back in the day you had ECW, you had WCW. And nowadays they don't have competition to force them to do anything, so now they're just lazy. And now they're... So yeah, that fruitcake Kenny Omega beat Okada to win the IWGP title. He beat Okada in a 2 out of 3 falls match to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I mean, the guy's a great wrestler, but my problem with Kenny Omega has everything to do with the way the guy carries himself. That he's an absolute fruitcake. And Chris Jericho won the IWGP Intercontinental title. He defeated 𝔡'𝔑𝔞𝔯𝔯𝔦 with a code breaker to win his IWGP Intercontinental title at the Domination event. So I'm pretty happy for Jericho for that. That was cool. Even though Jericho's kind of on my shit list for what he said about fans shitting on Roman Reigns. And now I'll be announcing the match of 2 fruitcakes between Xavier Woods of the Fag Day and Kenny. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, it's gonna be Xavier Woods, who's 1/3 of the Fag Day, against. There's a match between him and Kenny O.
Mega faggot.
Let me make sure you can hear that again. It'll be Xavier Woods of the Fag Day versus Kenny O.
Mega faggot.
Yeah, WWE has announced the following: Xavier Woods and Kenny O.
Mega faggot.
are gonna be a battle in Street Fighter Showdown at E3. It's probably a video game match. It's probably a video game contest, not really a wrestling match. And that they're gonna be at the E3 video game conference and to battle in Street Fighter. Exactly, Ranning. I'm sorry if I'm not responding to anybody. I'm just looking at everything. Oh, that was another all right, there's rumors of Rey Mysterio possibly returning. Of course, this is Dave Meltzer. You can, even though he doesn't have the greatest credibility. It says he was like, I don't know how much more of Rey you're going to get. I mean, he's talking to WWE. Everything's up in the air when it comes to the Cow Palace show. Depends a lot on WWE and what they offer and the type of thing they can offer, and it's up in the air. My gut is saying he won't be returning until September, but it might be quicker than that. So, based on what he said, there might be possibilities that Rey Mysterio might appear at SummerSlam, but who's to say, really? I agree, Randy, Philly fan. Yeah, Stephanie's a huge reason why people don't watch wrestling anymore. Or as Bruce Blitz calls her, and I also call her, Screechiny McScam. Can't say I blame you, Devin. Can't say I blame that you don't buy into stories anymore. Hulk Hogan Hulk Hogan recently did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, or however you pronounce that. He said on a possible WWE return, he said, things are moving in that direction quite quickly. It's all about execution and timing and the right place and the right time, but things are good. So Hulk Hogan feels pretty confident that he gets to return to WWE one day. He was asked on why he never faced Ric Flair at WrestleMania. He said, "We don't know. We were on fire. We did some house shows in Chicago, Milwaukee, 3-4 shows in a row. We set all kinds of records over and over. We were pushing the whole WrestleMania time. For me, I have a personal opinion. The chemistry was so powerful between Rick and I. I hate to say anything bad about any other wrestlers. I hate to say anything bad about the company. But with Rick and I heading into WrestleMania, it kind of took everything. If we would have wrestled at WrestleMania, we would have taken so much of the focus because there would have been the rematch and the cage match, and the title would have been dropped, and hopefully I would have won it back and back and forth. I think that Vince knew that this was powerful turbulence between the two of us. He could conquer and divide, make it work even better, and pretty much that's what he did. He sent me off in one direction, he sent him in another. Although there's a lot of reports that the reason is that Hulk didn't want to put Flair over, which I could believe. I could definitely believe that. But yeah, man, that's about it as far as news reports. I'm gonna take my hat off finally. I'm gonna take my hat off finally. But yeah, man, wrestling just ain't the same no more. I've not been paying attention. I do watch the Raw results and I do chat with people on Twitter like usual, but Raw is just complete garbage. I mean, Raw sucks. Of course, I do look forward to the pay-per-views and their results, but no way am I fucking buying that shit. I'll fucking stream that shit. I'll fucking find a stream of that shit. I ain't fucking buying shit. You can get the fuck out of here. I'm not giving that company a fucking ad popped up in my face. Another ad popped up in my face. And now the stream sucks. Hold on. Hold on. How's my stream status? Can anybody see this? Can anybody see how my stream's doing? Because if you can, that'd be great. Sometimes my diagnostics don't tell me the truth, but the live audience will. I would at least hope they do. The stream status is good? Good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, Road Dogg taking over SmackDown is even worse. And you know what the worst part about Road Dogg is? The fact that motherfucker can't take criticism for shit. He shit to fans on goddamn Twitter. That's the thing that really pisses me off. And I've seen multiple dudes get into it with the Road Dogg Jesse James. I think I said it before, and I'll say it again. If he ever responded to me, I would tell him, I don't fucking care what you think. You're a disgrace. You are a disgrace, and you're blocked. And that would just be it. I would do that the same thing I do to trolls that come on here or some idiots that I see on Twitter. I block them and I insult them on the way out. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Reigning Philly Fan, that's what he does to trolls. He blocks them and he insults them on the way out, and I'm doing the same thing. And trolls have not come on here since. I think we scared them away. Exactly. I mean, and by the way, I think Brock Lesnar just tied CM Punk's all-time record. I think there was just news out there that Brock Lesnar tied CM Punk's record and is about to break it. Braun Strowman recently made a claim that he was physically stronger than Lesnar. Yeah, true, if from a strongman standpoint, but I take Brock because of his MMA abilities. But I think he tied CM Punk. I think he tied CM Punk in his long title reign. And one thing I want to make perfectly clear, for those of you bitching about Lesnar tying CM Punk's long title reign, guess what? That's right, Philly 500. You lay the smackdown on their candy asses. I stomp them. You lay the smackdown on their candy asses. I stomp a mud hole in them and walk it dry. Guess what? For those of you bitching about the Lesnar tying CM Punk's long title reign, guess what? It's a work. It's a work. Yes, I mean, of course, people that are on CM Punk's side are going to be like, look, CM Punk had more title defenses, but guess what? It's a work. It's a work. I just want to say that. I just want to make that perfectly clear. But either way, let me go. I'm gonna go now. I am very hungry. I'm gonna go now. I am very hungry. I'm very sorry about the stupid ads popping up. I am very sorry about that. I just hope that doesn't keep happening because it's been happening for the last days. And if that keeps happening, then we gonna have a problem. But anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm very hungry. This was a good edition of Sports Talk. I'll be around next time for No Holds Barred. Maybe I'll make some more uploaded vids. But anyway, until next time, fly Eagles fly. Fuck John Cena, he's fucking trash. Fuck Roman Reigns, he's fucking trash. Fuck Justin Bieber, he's fucking trash. Fuck the Kardashians, they're fucking garbage and they're fucking phony. And one last thing I want to say is, as far as the Eagles not going to the White House, guess what? Kim Kardashian went to the White House, so therefore there's no fucking credibility there. And by the way, the same motherfuckers that were talking shit about the Eagles are probably tossing Kim K's salad. It's like, guess what? She only did that to give herself a good name. Out.